Hello and welcome. You know, some phrases are just so vivid, and the one we have for you today is exactly that. It comes from a really intense moment in history, a story about a raging fire, but also about a kingdom on the very brink of collapse. So here it is, 4 characters, 抱薪救火. And what's so fascinating about many of these Chinese idioms or chengyu is that they can pack an entire dramatic story into just a few words. So let's do this. Let's break it down character by character to really see what's going on here. Okay, so the first character you see is Bao. It has this really gentle feeling. It means to embrace or to carry something carefully in your arms. Following that, we have xīn, firewood. This one's pretty straightforward. It's firewood. You know, the kindling you'd use to start a fire. And then our third character is jiù. This one means to rescue, to save. You can almost feel the action in this word, right? A real sense of urgency. And to round it all out, the last one is huǒ, a fire, a flame. A pretty powerful image to end on. All right, so if we string all those together, what do we actually get? Literally, it's to carry firewood to put out a fire. And right away, you can see the problem, can't you? This idiom is all about a solution that, well, isn't a solution at all. It's when you try to fix something, but your method actually makes the problem disastrously worse. You're literally feeding the fire you want to extinguish. So, where did such a traumatic phrase even come from? Well, to find out, we have to go way back in time. We're talking about ancient China, during a really chaotic era called the Warring States period. And we're going to zero in on one critical, desperate moment for a kingdom named Wei. So let's just look at how things fell apart for Wei. Around 276 BCE, you have this powerhouse of a state, Qin, and it's starting to just gobble up its neighbors. And poor Wei is right in its path. You can see they suffer one defeat after another, losing huge chunks of their land. The pressure on the king must have been just immense, and he starts thinking about doing something drastic. Maybe, just maybe, if he gives away some land, Qin will finally leave them alone. But, well, you see the end date on that timeline. By 225 BCE, the kingdom of Wei is completely wiped off the map. And this is where the real drama happens. In the middle of this whole crisis, the king has 2 advisors with totally different ideas. On one side, you've got a general, Duan Ganzai. His plan? Appeasement. He says, look, let's just give Qin some territory. It'll stop the attacks, and we can get some peace right now. But then another advisor, a man named Su Dai, steps up, and he sees a huge, fatal flaw in this plan. He basically tells the king, this is a terrible idea. Qin's appetite is endless. This won't buy you lasting peace. It will just make them hungrier. And right here, this is the exact moment our idiom is born. Su Dai lays out this incredible warning for his king. He says, to use your land to serve the state of Qin, well, it's just like carrying firewood to put out a fire. As long as you have firewood left to give, the fire will never, ever be extinguished. Wow, what a powerful and chilling image. And tragically, the king didn't listen. He chose the firewood. He gave Qin the land, hoping it would buy him some peace. But it was exactly as Su Dai had warned. It didn't satisfy Qin. It just proved they could get what they wanted. The attacks just kept coming, and Wei got weaker and weaker, until finally, there was nothing left. It's such a heavy story, but it's so much more than just a piece of ancient history, right? It's a mirror. It reflects a kind of mistake in our thinking, a logical trap that is just so deeply human. It's an error we still see people, and let's be honest, ourselves, fall into all the time. And so it really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? It forces us to ask ourselves, in our own lives, what are the fires we're trying to put out, and how are we, maybe without even realizing it, throwing firewood right on them? Yeah, once you start looking for this dynamic, you really do see it everywhere. Think about anxiety. Someone feels anxious, so they constantly ask for reassurance. But that act of seeking reassurance actually becomes the thing that fuels the anxiety long term. Or think about debt. You're in a hole, so you take out another high-interest loan to cover your payments. You're just digging a deeper hole. It can even be something like giving into a bully's demands, thinking if I just do this one thing, they'll stop. But of course, it just empowers them. Every single one is a perfect example of the solution making the problem worse. So in an everyday conversation, you might hear it used in a really simple way. Something like this. He kept checking his phone to try and feel less distracted, but, it was like carrying firewood to put out a fire. It just perfectly captures that frustrating cycle. Learn Chinese, one story at a time.